And there we go again. It is time for Power Rangers versus Entity in the Gigabyte Challenge number 3. And we're HeflaTV. I'm HeflaMoke myself, and coming with me today is someone new. You won't know him, but yeah, he's part of the team now. It's Whiplash, a guy from Korea. He's American. Say hello.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Name's Whiplash. Yeah, most of you probably don't know who I am, but hey, that's perfectly okay. Hopefully, I can make a good impression. And excited to be casting with you as well. This is our first time casting together, I believe. We've talked a little bit, Hefla, but we're actually,
Yep.
we're cracking some eggs. We're gonna, see how this goes.
I think it's the perfect occasion, like Gigabyte challenge, getting used to each other and everything. Usually at least casting with culture, but yeah, nowadays I'm swapping around between the German and the English channels because we got so much to do. Like for all those guys who follow HeflaTV on a regular basis, I was just casting solo on HeflaTV 4, the Excellent Moscow Cup, where also Power Rangers played versus Oslo Gaming, or former known as Insane Gaming. Have a TV3 for all those guys who are interested in German. They're casting ESL at the moment, and on Hefla TV2 you can see the Balkan Premier Cup. And of course here, for all those who joined us, you probably want to see the Power Rangers or Entity. I already saw in the chat we got some Macedonian fans, so yeah, shout out to all the fans of Entity there. Anyway, let's hop into the draft. Let's see what we got.
Sure. Well, so far just a few bands being thrown out. I mean, we have the Bat Rider, Centaur, War Runner, Lycan, Ancient Apparition, so no real surprises on that end. We'll have to wait and see what these teams decide to pick as far as that goes. But nothing really jumps out at me when it comes to the bands. And I'm not sure if they were just joking, but someone in Entity said that, oh, it's our first broadcasted official match. We're so nervous. Are they just messing around with me? What's going on here?
No, it's like the Gigabyte, like it went into I think 3 rounds. Like yesterday I wasn't casting, Hefla TV2 was casting all the Gigabyte stuff while I was casting I don't know, EMC I think. I already forgot. But yeah, they went through 3 rounds, and the best of the best, they just joined, and then now I think the invited teams joined the grid as well, and now they fight in this grid roster to finally then find out who's winning the Gigabyte challenge. So yeah, it might as well happen that Entity really has the first broadcasted match. So, but still, newcomers sometimes bash big teams. We saw that already happen. But then again, I just casted Power Rangers and they looked very solid. So Entity, they will have a hard time here.
Yeah, and I mean Power Rangers. Even though I'm not incredibly familiar with the tier 2 European scene, I've heard of Power Rangers a lot. I've picked up their games every now and then, and they have occasionally knocked around some of the bigger teams. So
Yep.
I know they're definitely a team to not underestimate, I suppose you could say. And they have started out the draft with an Invoker and Ember Spirit, which means Ember Spirit probably will be making his way towards a position 1 role, while Invoker takes up the middle. Entity, they have the puck so far, and we'll have to wait and see what their second grab is. But what do you think so far of the picks?
Well, the picks, it's pretty funny actually, because if you look just at the lower half of the screen, you see the current meta pretty much displayed. Like in AA, Invoker and Ember Spirit, that's exactly what's coming. And if that's not coming, it's then either banned in the second duration, or sometimes you see like Ember swap with Centaur, for example, or Invoker swap with Centaur if a team says, okay, we can go easily against Ember or Invoker or even an AA. But yeah, so far, at least for the tier 1 pro scene, this is the current meta coming out. And Entity, they don't seem to bother. They have more, I don't know, they fear the Bat Rider and the Centaur initiation more than Invoker and Ember Spirit, but I think this is a big mistake.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid of the initiation power. I gotta say, I'm gonna take Entity's side in this battle. Sorry, Hefla, but I mean, Invoker and Ember Spirit are still two extremely powerful heroes. So, I mean, it's kind of like there's just a lot of really good heroes in the current meta, and a lot of these teams have their own play style. Entity getting the Sand King, a hero I've noticed is quite popular over in the C scene and in Korea as well, but not so much in the North American / European scene. So interesting to see them pick up the Sand King. I want to know what else they're going to grab, but the Sand King Puck combination can give them a pretty strong team fight presence.
Yep, definitely. And I don't know. So far, Entity, as you already said, strong initiation, but like, look how it's going on. Like Skyref ban, that is.
What?
Yeah, no, I mean, I can understand it when you have the puck on the pitch, right? Because the last thing a puck needs is a silence. Pretty much, there's three things a puck really is allergic to, and that is Orchid, Static Storm, and of course the silence from Skyref Mage. So I think this is just a protective ban to get the puck through. But then again, I mean, this gives a lot of space for Power Rangers to pick something else.
That's still quite the weird ban if you think about it. I mean, they already have Invoker for mid. I know they'd probably run Skywrath as more of a support hero, but still a very odd choice to ban him out from Entity's end. And the Nyx Assassin certainly looks a little bit more standard.
Yep.
And on the other end, Power Rangers, they've gotten rid of the Doom. Just a strong hero. And I mean, I look at Doom and I see him as a hero that's really good at shutting down both Ember Spirit and the Invoker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like Doom is always good. Like I mean, Doom is really always good. I mean it literally. Like Doom is perfectly. He applies so many auras. Like sometimes we see it played really just as an aura carrier, like with the Vladimirs, with the Mac, then the aura by the Devour, then the AC comes somehow later. Sometimes we see Shivas on top of it. So he really brings like 4 or 5 auras if he wants to on the pitch. Plus of course a Doom, and a Doom on a target that completely relies on the spells of a hero. Yeah, you just take one out of the equation. It's permanently a 5-on-4. That's why a Doom ban is absolutely perfect here for Power Rangers.
Yeah, I'm totally down with the Doom ban. Not a huge surprise there. Well, we'll see what the fourth ban's going to be. Entity is still relatively open lineup. I mean, they can do crazy things like put Puck in the off lane if they want to throw off Power Rangers and try to lane someone else mid. Although I don't think they'll be doing that. They'll probably just end up playing it a little bit more standard. But really beyond that, they still got to grab their carry. They need to get another support and off laner.
Yep.
And on Power Rangers' end, they pretty much need to grab their supports in the offlaner from the look of things.
I think we already get like some small glimpse in what direction this is going if we see the fourth ban now by Power Rangers, because it's gonna be again like some sort of protective ban that is just securing that the Ember Spirit and the Invoker is getting through. Because as it is right now, that's already a solid draft. Entity got like slightly the initiation bonus, but then again, Ember and Invoker, I don't even have to say anything about it, just too strong. And they go for the Lifestealer, which is pretty interesting. I guess no Puck Infest Bomb, which would be a pretty strong combination for them. So yeah, they just don't want to see this.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much the main reason I could see them banning out the Lifestealer. And Power Rangers will follow up the ban with the Shadow Demon pick, giving them their first support. Definitely a hero that's really good at keeping the Ember Spirit alive because he can be low on health at times. So I do like that pick, just kind of as like a defensive hero, I guess you could say. And then on Entity's end, they grab the Visage. So what's up with that pick, man? Just I know he's another solid support in general and a very powerful support that can pack a punch. But you know, now we have the Mirana as well. How are these the lineups really shaping up in your mind, Hefla?
Like it's pretty interesting to see like Shadow Demon on the one side and Visage on the other side, because Shadow Demon is the support that at the moment like fights its way back into the meta. You see him as like a third or fourth ban or pick so often, and like the teams start to make more and more synergy couples like with Shadow Demon. Visage on the contrary is the one who's getting a bit out of the meta. Like I mean, I'm casting, I don't know, so many games a day, and like Visage is getting really rare. Like I can't even remember this week or the last week when I saw a Visage in a top tier game, for example. He's just getting, I don't know, out of sight, sort of. But yeah, in the meantime, you already said it, we have a Mirana, and well, there we have the awesome synergy between Shadow Demon and Mirana. Like Bane Mirana or Shadow Demon Mirana always works out. Arrow plus the Disruption or Arrow plus the Nightmare, that's perfect. Entity, they decide they go for something tanky, plus of course some tower push potential with the level 6 on the DK. It's a solid pick, but then again, I mean, Power Rangers draft so far, just perfect synergy between all of them. That's what I'm mostly worried about.
Yeah. Now this Dragon Knight, this kind of makes Entity's lineup a little like I'm not 100% sure now where they're going to lane these heroes. Is this Dragonite ending up in the position 1 role with Puck still mid? Or have they decided to put the Dragonite middle, Puck in the off lane, and they'll last pick yet another potential mid hero? What is it? What do you think it's going to end up being like?
I don't know, there's still a third option you haven't said. It could be also a aggressive try with Dragonite in the mid and Puck safe, or vice versa. I mean, Dragonite, Puck, vice versa. We saw that in the last game. Power Rangers, for example, played Scandal. Usually, Scandal is in the mid, but this time they played Scandal on the safe lane and someone else in the mid, which was for me a surprise as well. Like for those who followed the HeflaTV forecast, you saw how baffled I was that I didn't see Scandal in the mid. But yeah, this would be an option. But I think, I don't know. Let's see how this goes, because before the 5th pick we can't really tell. If there's another core coming out as in a carry, then yeah, they could swap it around either way.
Okay, so still up in the air with Entity's lineup. And the final 2 bans have gone through. We have the Dazzle removed on Entity's side, while Power Rangers, they're just banning out the Luna, so they do feel like another core will eventually come as Entity's last pick. But ooh, we got a Wraith King
Yeah, I love
as
it.
the last pick. I
It
love
is
it, man. Support, it looks like support, right?
Yep, I really hope so, because I just love Wraith King as support. It's just amazing. Like, and if he gets some farm, blink initiation in the stun, like a support that goes into the like pretty much, yeah, in the front line, because he wants to die. He wants to give the slow to all the heroes, and then the Ember Spirit, Invoker, and the Mirana just clean up behind him. I just love to see this, and yeah, he is also one of the heroes that makes it more and more. I wouldn't say in the meta, but like more and more teams utilize him. That's why I like it.
Yeah, I've seen him both in the support role and in the carrier role do quite well. Okay, well, last pick will be the Weaver on Entity's side, which means I guess off lane Weaver, Puck still in the mid lane unless it's that aggressive tri lane like you mentioned. So yeah, that's going to be it from Entity. Wraith King, I'm happy with him as well in the support role. Just want to reiterate that, I guess, a little bit more. But he is becoming more popular in the meta. I have noticed that.
Yep. The only thing I have to say about Entity's draft is that I don't know. It's a bit greedy. It's very greedy actually, and yeah, they have to get this through. But either way, we go for a fast team introduction. To start, I start with the Radiant side, which is played by Power Rangers. So we have Scandal on Invoker this time, and yeah, I think this time we're gonna see him in mid. Like J4 is playing the Wraith King. He's behind Moon here on the Mirana. Already in the Radiant jungle is Cat on the Ember Spirit, and last but not least is FNG on the Shadow Demon.
Cool. And if we move over to Entity's end, I'll go ahead and introduce them. We have Boti on the Visage. Moving over towards the mid lane, it's going to be Sexa as the Dragonite. And then right behind him, it's Sand King Masta doing a little bit of supporting. Puck, that will be played by Psycho, moving towards that off lane. And finally, it's going to be Buzzy on the Weaver. Looks like it's
Buzzy.
more of Buzzy. Buzzy.
Well, let's see how buzzy he is. I mean, he's playing a bug, so maybe he's buzzing.
Well, it looks like a really weird lineup, but it's just going to be a standard tri-lane with the Sand King Visage and the Weaver. And I like that because Sand King, when you offensive tri-lane with him, you can't really farm the jungle, which is something that he's quite good at.
Yep. By the way, what? Oh, there's already initiation.
Arrow follow-up as well, and they're just going to start whacking away at him. They have the Wraithfire Burst. Easy first blood.
Yep.
Or ESFX Power Rangers.
Not so buzzy anymore.
And they're rotating towards the top, so it's looking to be an offensive tri-lane with that Mirana.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see offensive try versus offensive try, but Power Rangers already has that small advantage just by getting the first blood here. A very easy first blood. Arrow, the Ray Fire Blast, that's, yeah. And now Power Rangers going super aggressive. They're gonna repeat this.
Oh wow, this is totally not good. The arrow connects, and Visage, he's dead.
Yep.
Man, this is so bad. Oh man, this is so bad for
Yep.
Entity. I couldn't think of a worse start for them.
Oh, and at the same time in bottom we see already action. The chains level 1 come already out on the Puck. The Puck losing 80% of his HP there. So, yep, Cat he's gonna have a good time against this puck if he can keep up this harass. And now, oh my god.
Oh, round 3, top lane, Weaver. He's still stunned during the Sakuchi, but they have the Sentry Ward down anyway. A 3rd kill.
Yep.
3 kills under 2 minutes, and 3 different instances. Not one big team fight. Jesus, this is not looking good at all for Entity.
Yep, this synergy just works out. The disruption into the arrow, and if you don't kill him in time, you have the Ray Fire Blast on top of it. That is like, I don't know, if depending on the range of the arrow, that's like 4, 5, 6 seconds lockdown plus whatever comes next there. It's pretty crazy. And now, well, they can go again anytime they want to. Disruption.
Yeah, they're gonna throw out another stun on Bote. And the problem is, well, okay, there's a little bit of mana. There's the disruption, arrow follow-up. It's gonna hit him. That's another kill. But they've managed to turn it around at least and get a kill on the Shadow Demon. So Entity, despite losing a hero, they do at least get a 1-for-1 trade.
Yep, at least 1-for-1. So finally they get the kill with the Soul Assumption, which is level 1. But now arrow connects again on the Sand King.
Oh
But,
man,
yeah.
I think he'll be okay. Yeah, there's no extra mana on Wraithfire, just shy. He's got it for the next engagement, but really, the only thing stopping Power Rangers from getting constant kills in this top lane is the lack of mana, you could say.
Yep, pretty much. Mana is what limits them at the moment. You see the use of Clarity is already out. Like J4 has enough for another Wraith Fire Blast, and yeah, that Weaver has to care. Like really, the Shadow Demon is rotating now in from the side. This might end up horribly. Oh.
This is bad. Sand King already at half health. He's getting disrupted. Soul Catcher follow-up, and the stun, it hits him, connects.
Yeah.
Yet another death. Holy
he
crap, this is so bad.
He was actually thinking that it doesn't connect because he used Sandstorm. But yeah, with this funny sentry here, that pretty much ruined his day.
Indeed it did. That was a really nice sentry placement. It's helped them out both against the Weaver and the Sand King. And there's an arrow. It's going to connect. Weaver, you're dead again, man.
Oh my god, this is a disaster for Entity. Like, they can't cope with this tri-lane. They can't leave either, because then they will just chew through the tower and get even more and more farm. 6-1, 3 minutes in. Like, you guys can't complain about kills. Unfortunately, it's very one-sided at the moment for Entity, so we can just hope that it works out better in the mid. But looking at the mid at the moment, DK is doing quite fine, 50-0. And Scandal on the other side, 14-7. So DK not getting. Oh my god, they go top again. Yeah, there we go.
No. And once again, it's deja vu. Bote, another few hits, they get the kill once again.
Yeah. This is just rinse repeat. This is like watching a replay all over again. It's disruption in arrow, and now even the soul catcher on top of it. Now Scandal gets quite some harass damage here by Saxa, but yeah, there comes the cold snap, and yeah, he has to go back pretty much. The bottle is also empty, and he has to go back if Scandal, well, he doesn't have the Sunstrike invoked, but yeah.
I actually thought that Sand King would stick around the mid lane and potentially try the gank Scandal, but that wasn't the case. And I also want to point out that Mirana actually picked up some arcane boots to get some extra mana because of how active they've been in this lane. And even the Shadow Demon has tranquil boots. So just an item that if you're going to be seeing a lot of harassment may be good to pick up. But the supports from Power Rangers, they are rotating towards the middle lane. And if they get a soul, they get the disruption on him. No.
Oh
DK, he's aware.
What did FNG do that? Didn't he see the Dragon Knight? By the way, I'm always saying Death Knight for some reason, but I think we're gonna see it engage, maybe here bottom. Like there's Stream Coil.
Lane. Oh, it's gonna be broken, but there's going to be a stun follow-up anyway. And okay, well, Power Rangers, they lose the Ember Spirit, so Entity at least getting a kill there, making their supports useful.
And Fuzzy.
Uh-oh. Disruption, Soul Catcher, Arrow follow-up. Oh, but the nice Sakuchi! He escapes, but there's still a stun follow-up. He's not level 6. 1 second on the Sakuchi. Can he escape? No. He's simply unable to. There's too much DPS from Power Rangers.
Yep, just too much damage. Just, yeah, the Ray Fire Blast is such, and of course the Soul Catcher, it's already level 3, that whatever hits him gets a 30% amplify, and like, if you project this already on the Ray Fire Blast, that is, oh, I forgot, this is 100 damage. So it's 130 damage alone from the Ray Fire Blast. The arrow on top of it, that would be 130 plus 30%. This is pretty much already like 70-80% of his HP and then just a couple right clicks. I mean, he was lucky he dodged that arrow, but still, it was still enough.
It didn't even matter, unfortunately. But bottom lane, we see Psycho still has a Sand King nearby to help him out to potentially shut down this Ember Spirit. He will be definitely one of the more dangerous heroes in the late game that Entity needs to worry about. They have their support heroes nearby. Actually, Sand King, he's jungling in the opposite jungle, but top lane, once again, Weaver will fall. How many times? He's died 5 times already and has 10 last hits. This Weaver has been completely, utterly shut down.
Yep, definitely. That's the problem of a Weaver. If a Weaver gets under pressure so early, it's nothing you can do. Chikuchi has such a high cooldown, and yeah, it's simply nothing you can do. That's the problem. With a sentry there on the lane, he doesn't even need to return to this lane. By now, I think even jungling would be more effective.
I agree. No, I agree with you. Well, they need to do something because this Weaver, he's up here alone. Entities just abandoned him essentially at this point. The support's moving around. They're actually in the mid lane. Scandal needs to be careful. And I wouldn't be surprised if Buzzy dies at the same time. There's a stun on Scandal. Follow up as well. There's the Burrow Strike. Soul Assumption. Can he stay alive? Another right click should do it. And they'll get him. But in come the teleports. Here are your Power Rangers. They've got one. They're looking for another. The arrow misses. And they probably won't be able to get the Dragon Knight. If the arrow hit, I could have seen that being an extra kill for Power Rangers, but they didn't get it, unfortunately.
I think that would have been an extra kill. The arrow hit, I think there was disruption in the Ray Fire Blast, but even more funny factor is like Masta survived there with like I think 15 HP or so. So after all, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but still SK has to go back. The only upside is that Power Rangers had to spend like 3 TPs. That's 3 times 135 gold. That's really the only positive upside I can see there so far, at least for this mid gank. And now top, they're looking for more.
They're going to get it most likely if they want to commit. Weaver Sakuching back just to try to stay safe. But how long will he remain safe? That's really the question, ladies and gentlemen. It's probably not going to be too long. And I've noticed as far as the lanes go, Power Rangers have been doing pretty good. Even though Scandal died once in the mid lane, he's still ahead in about like almost a whole level over the Dragon Knight. And bottom lane's kind of even, I guess, so that's okay. But I mean, they just really lost. SNC lost the top lane really poorly.
Yep, the top lane pretty much is what decides this game. And now top, they go again. Sentry's already down. The arrow misses.
Mid lane. There's Sanska. He gets the stun on Scandal. Invoker, Burrow Strike follow-up, and the Flame Breath. Breathe the Fire will finish the job.
And on the
Weaver,
top lane, they finish what they started. Weaver going down, but not without doing significant damage. So this sentry there in the top tower, like, unfortunately he Chikuchi'd away to the second sentry that was also there. Otherwise he would have escaped.
Power Rangers they're putting on a clinic on how to win the top lane and just be aggressive and make the other team hate the Power Rangers. But there's a few heroes rotating in. Wraith King gets the stun, arrow follow-up. I don't know if they have the DPS to finish him off. That's the real question. They could have actually killed him. Wraith King, he was a little bit indecisive. The Mirana will jump, but it's not going to be able to avoid the Soul Assumption. It's a 1-for-1. And J4, he doesn't have the mana for his reincarnation. That's the problem.
He's faster. Okay. No. Why is he pulling it back? Oh my god. I think he could have gone there for a kill because there was not enough mana for the reincarnation. If he would have sent the familiars there further, then yeah, I think that would have been a kill.
Well, Wraith King did have 3 charges on the magic one, so I suppose if he knew things were really going sour and he didn't want to, and he wanted to waste the reincarnation to stay alive, he could have popped the wand charges. That's just what I'm assuming in that scenario. But yeah, the familiars, they backed off and they did not kill the Wraith King.
But yeah, at least they got the Mirana kill finally after all this time. And yeah, that's pretty much the danger of Power Rangers. Like when you have such a lead and everything, you also get, you know, quite some killing streaks, dominating streaks, etc. on the heroes. So like if there's a team fight that goes horribly in the other team's favor, then suddenly you have like this super gold influx effect. And now Buzzy and Moon Oh my god.
Oh. Ah, he
That's-
time lapses back.
Yeah. That arrow,
The f-
like that arrow was directly in front of him, but yeah, nothing really happened. So now in the mid.
Now, we're going to see Wraith King trying to chase Sand King, but at the actual mid lane, they're moving on in Sonic. A nice Dream Coil from the Puck, though, silencing them up as well, but will it be enough? There's going to be the Moonlight Shadow to try to buy a little bit of extra time and survivability on Power Rangers' end. They're chasing down Sansuka, but he's okay for the time being, throwing out a stun. And they get the Shadow Demon. Ember Spirit, though, joining the fight. Who's he going to kill? It's Puck. He's moving after Moon next. Nope. Backing off. Moon's on his team. Never mind. That's... Yeah. They get another kill. Holy crap. Looks like could be next. He's stunned. The Stun Strike will miss, but they lost 4 members for the Shadow Demon.
Yep.
Power Rangers 17-6, just under 12 minutes into the match.
Yeah, the only upside here is that Weaver is finally now getting some farm, but I mean, Jesus Christ, his net worth is 2,400 now. Like, I don't know, he's pretty much on the same farm as the Puck, who was solo there all the time, and I mean, he fed so much away here. He will get a bit damage on the tier 1, but now the rotations are already coming by the Shadow Demon. There is the arrow, and it will not connect this time.
And Weaver will just Sakuchi away, taking a bit of a more dangerous path, but I suppose in this situation it will work. But Shadow Demon's still chasing him down. I don't know if he'll be able to kill him, though, yeah. He thought about backing off, but I guess that won't be a kill for the time being. There are multiple members of Entity in the mid lane, and they're smoked for the time being. So we'll see if they can make something happen. Shadow Demon's just kind of sitting amok, but he will break the smoke on the Visage. Sand King, will he stun? Yes, indeed he will. And yeah, with the extra help, they're going to kill him. Holy crap! Using the epicenter to try to get the kill, but he was able to disrupt himself, or at least keep himself alive for a little bit longer, but the kill still goes through. Power Rangers, they do lose the Shadow Demon once more, but even then, he's still 5-3 this game with 7 assists.
Yep, definitely. And now, oh, Mirana might be in trouble. There is rotations coming from each and every side, but Mirana has level 1 leave. That should be enough unless there is a Lucky Familiar stun directly on the lead caster. Now there's Dream Coil. He will be stunned, but they need more.
Well, they're going to slow him down. Familiars trying to do a bit of extra DPS. They do get the kill from the look of things. Yep, they're going to get it. No save from the Shadow Demon, and he's dead as well. This was not a good rotation whatsoever from Power Rangers. Just not working out at all. But then again, Entity, they did bring, what, like 4 heroes to the top in order to get that kill. And they also get the tower actually behind it, so certainly a worthwhile trade.
Yeah, definitely. This is 2 kills, like no casualties whatsoever, and a tower on top. And the only upside for Power Rangers is that, yeah, well, Jizzercat is still farming, but that's it. So, yeah, Entity. I wouldn't shout come back yet, but definitely a trade that is finally worth to show.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is still 17-9. Looking at Ember Spirit, he has his phase boots. He even picked up an Orb of Venom, as well as a bottle. So I assume he will be working his way towards a Battle Fury if that is his next main item of choice. And beyond that, how is this game progressing overall? Oh, hold on, top lane. It looks like they may get Weaver. He's using the time lapse. Sakuchi's out of there, and no detection nearby, so he does not fall. But that was yet another close call for the Weaver.
Yep, definitely. And well, we have to look in the graphs now. The first tower is down, and that's why I usually show the graphs. We are almost 50 minutes in, and yeah, we have 2,500 gold lead for PR. This is surprisingly not too much, considering, like, I don't know, the kill board. But when it comes to experience, there we have double the amount, 5,000, maybe 6,000 now for PR. But still, like, for the amount they got there in the tri lane, it's, I don't know, I'm surprised. I was expecting already like something 7, 8, 9k by now, just because of all what happened in the tri lane there. But yeah, Entity holding on.
Well, they are holding on. They took the first tower of the game, which is I find quite ironic, based on the earlier parts of the game. Mid lane, though, they're going to initiate onto the Dragon Knight. Disruption hits some Cold Snap follow-up as well. There's a lot of DPS coming out from those Forge Spirits. They get him. Yeah, they burned the Purge just to make sure he would fall, but indeed, they do get Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and bottom lane, Jizzercat is going aggressive on the Puck, and now he's getting stunned. No more phase shift, and yeah, down here. So that's 2 kills. Tower goes down. Scandal is even getting the last hit there, and this is looking criminal now. Oh my god, Master and Moon just saying hello. Now the arrow connects. He's stunned. And now oh, this might be a kill. No, he's using.
Oh, one more. Oh, he actually has to leap out of there using the epicenter. Oh, he gets the kill though. The arrow, the final auto attack burns it. And all of a sudden, Bote is in a lot of trouble. He may not survive this. And yeah, he will indeed fall. Ember Spirit coming in the neck of time to get that kill.
Yep, definitely not worth it. Like, I don't know what Master was doing there, but like after you just lost 2 heroes on each lane, that means there is no potential rotations coming in. I just don't know what he did there. Like Mirana, that was the easiest arrow of his life, pretty much, and I don't know. That was strange by Master, and yeah, it's not just that he died, he also brought a teammate pretty much down because, yeah, Visage came to the rescue, but yeah.
Oh, bottom lane, Ember Spirit. Oh, nice dodge from the stun on Puck, so he'll be okay. If he got stunned, there would have probably been a follow-up from the Ember Spirit, and it would have killed him, but regardless of that, Power Rangers, they're applying a lot of pressure, and at this bottom lane, Sand King's nearby. Epicenter, though, still down for over a minute. And they're bringing Visage to help out as well, but are they going to try to defend this tower? That's the question.
Well, at the moment it looks like it. I mean, there's 4 of PR here. Wraith King has reincarnation, so make that pretty much 5. Simply for the reason that he is coming back. I mean, Weaver is getting now finally farm, but he doesn't even manage to get that damn deny on the tower there, so... Okay, that's... I don't know. Gigabyte going across it now, oh, and he gets the...
The bolas. He locks Sand King in place. That's... Where's the follow-up? Sand King, he burrows, or does the burrow strike, and he gets just blown up very fast, but this Ember Spirit extremely low on health as well. Have to be very careful with the nuke from Bote, gets the kill. He has to back away though, very low on health. He'll end up falling. Psycho looks to be next. Another hit should do it. And Wraith King, 1 second left on the stun. He's trying to force out the phase shift, but it doesn't matter. Actually gets the reincarnation. Psycho. Will he survive though? That's the question. It actually looks like he does. So, all in all, it's a 3-4-2. Power Rangers still getting the better end of that fight, but they did lose the Ember Spirit, I guess.
Yep, the Ember Spirit is there, the crucial part, but still, now, oh my god, Wraith King. He has vision if he wants to. Like, he was just now baiting out a Chikuchi. The problem is, like, Weaver only has mana for 1 more Chikuchi. If he is visible right after that, that's like, I don't know. I think they get greedy at the moment. Even the Puck, he has to take care. If the phase shift is baited out and then the stun is coming, then he's pretty much dead. So, yeah, it's all about those little mind games.
Indeed it is. So Weaver looks to be building into a Black King bar. You have the first Necro minion online for the Invoker. So a little bit of Rat Dota on his end, and that's after getting a Hand of Midas and a Force Staff. So he's been farming pretty decently this game. And I think Visage working into that mechanism, he should have it quite soon. Just needs that headdress as far as items go. Bottom lane, this tower, not long for this world from the look of things. There is the fortification available, but I mean, Entity, they're nowhere nearby. They have to give it up.
Yep, it's quite surprising because like last time they had such effort in defending that tower, and now after everything settled down, PR just went for the second try, and this time without resistance. But I think they're gonna try to do something on Gigabyte here top. But like at the moment it's just some mind games around the trees. As you know, you should stay in the trees.
Yes, HY taught us well. Ember Spirit's just going to TP away from here. It's a sticky situation to be in. He'll just get some farm from the mid lane.
Bottom.
Already at bottom
2
lane.
people in the trees.
Okay, they're laying down the sentry ward. Can they get the stun as the follow-up? That's the question. The arrow. Oh my gosh! What a time lapse! But will it be enough? The Sunstrike connects. They need another hit, and using the drums, blink forward.
Oh,
what is this Wraith King doing? He's just unable to get those right clicks, man. The Sakuchi at the last second. Buzzy, despite having an extremely bad early game, he's getting some pretty lucky survives, and I guess less luck and more skill, but he is doing a lot better than he was in the first couple minutes of the match.
Yeah, I mean, that's a problem. Low-level Weaver, you can't really do anything, but now that he actually gets some HP pool, you can talk about. I mean, 1200
Oh.
52 HP. That's quite something. But oh, top.
Top lane, Sand King, he's in a lot of trouble. Even if he uses the Sandstorm, I'm not sure if he'll be able to get out of this one. Uses it just for a second, but nah. He is toast.
Yep. Toast.
Burnt toast at that. Burnt toast.
And I think we're gonna see the next engagement. They want to use this residual Moonlight Shadow, and oh my god, this time Buzzy.
Good, they get the stun, and yeah. Oh, holy crap! Once again, another very well timed time lapse to keep them alive just for enough time. Yes. Too much time's going on here, but Puck's going to come in as well. Here comes the orb, and well, that doesn't really hit anyone as far as the Dream Coil goes. Gets the silence off though. Lots of damage coming in from Bote. Soul Assumption, is it enough to finish off Mirana? And looks like they will get him at the last second. Wraith King looking to potentially finish off Psycho. Forces the ultimate to get popped, and it looks like he will try the run away from this one. Throws out a stun. Actually has to be careful. There's the Burrow Strike. Epicenter follow-up. Looks like they're committing to get the kill. Holy crap, they just forgot about him at the last second. And what the heck? Wraith King actually gets a kill before leaving at the same time. Too greedy. Way too greedy. They're going to go after the Shadow Demon. He's healing himself up with the urn. Forward blink from the Sand King. And one more right click should do it. The jukes.
The jukes.
What? Okay. Wait. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Finally.
They get him. They get him. But boy, that was a wild goose chase.
But this was pure greed. This was pure greed. They wanted to get 2 kills, and what happens? The Wraith King gets ignored, not finished off, and yeah, the Wraith King getting another kill and getting out of there. This is like, this was the biggest misplay so far of Entity. I mean, everything else you can, I don't know, just boil it down to the fact that PR just played better and ganked better, but this time Entity had the upper hand, and all they had to do is just finish it off. But now, oh my god, Ember Spirit is invisible, but the Sand King blinking out. He has a TP. Oh my god, Buzzy. They found Buzzy.
Yep, they're going to get him. And no mana left for the time lapse. Looks like the Flame Guard will finish him off. I believe Sand King did escape, but they got the important hero in the Weaver. At least he has the Black King bar whenever he decides to come back alive from the dead. And there's your Battle Fury, at least Battle Fury #1 from Ember Spirit. We'll see if he gets any more, but 7-2 with a good amount of farm. He's had a great game, and looking to be even more aggressive. Throws out some chains on the Sand King, but there is no follow-up.
Yep, but J4 is already in the trees, and now he's jumping out.
Yeah, well, I guess there's your follow-up. The Sunstrike. Well, Sand King helping out a little bit as well. Puck joining in, and there's your Invoker. They get the Sleight of Fist, the kill off. The Sand King, they're moving in on the Visage next. One more click, that'll do it. And there's a buyback from the Dragon Knight. I'm not sure, it could just turn into a dieback. He uses Dragon Form, Black King Bar activated, trying to see if they can bring down the Shadow Demon. But they're forced to retreat, they get the stun on Puck. He is down. Power Rangers, they're looking to completely rout Entity. Can they get the Dragon Knight? Looks like he will barely survive, but Buzzy, he won't be so lucky. At least he kills off the Wraith King, but man, these are just not good trades whatsoever. Power Rangers, they may want to continue this push. I think with all of the members dead on Entity, they can just get this tier 3 tower.
Well, the funny thing is they have a pretty low respawn time at the moment, so they might even be able to contest this now, but still. Also a bit the luck missing on Entity side, I have to say. Like that Shadow Demon again surviving with below like 20, 30 HP or something. And I mean, at least, like with the Kamikaze style on Buzzy, he got the suicide kill on the Wraith King. Otherwise, this would have been even more horrible trade for them. I mean, at the moment, 33 and 14. Entity is holding on, but I mean, as you guys can see, at the moment, it's really just defending and hoping for a small miracle. Because the net worth is already speaking, yeah, a certain Power Rangers language.
It certainly is. 15k advantage, absolutely out of control, both EXP and gold. And I mean, if you look at Power Rangers items, well, hold that thought. They're going to get Shadow Demon from the look of things. Just a little bit more to finish him off.
Whoa,
actually,
the Dream Coil's coming out just to finish him off. Wow.
I am noticing Entity, they're not afraid to use their ultimates to pick off one hero, even if it's a lot of overkill. They still do it.
I mean, if you're that far behind, why not? I mean, after all, it's like, I mean, you look at the board, you know you're behind in gold, you know you're behind in experience. Just by the kills, you can already say like, hey, guys, 26 minutes, we are behind by more than 15 kills. Like, they have double our kills, more than double our kills, and yeah, we have to just make sure that we get every pickoff we can. Plus, they are on the dire side, they have this advantage, but yeah, have they done Rosh? No, we're 26 minutes in. This is still level 1 Roshan, and yeah, I don't know. They just need to use the dire side, but like, they can't do it. That's the problem. They just can't do it. There's not even minus armor coming out, if I'm not mistaken. There was actually scouting Sunstrike coming out in Roshan and the arrow flying at the same time, so yep. I was just talking about Rosh, and PR was thinking the same.
Yeah. Well, so far nobody totally committing to the Roshan pit, at least for the time being. Entity, they have a few smoked members nearby, looking like maybe grab a kill in the jungle, but the jungle is basically abandoned. Wraith King blinking away for the time being, and it's actually Entity's jungle that's being occupied by Power Rangers. They're looking to potentially grab that last tier tower at the top, throwing the Necro Minions at it, at least for the time being. And yeah, they got a lot of their members nearby, so looks like it should fall without too much resistance. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that Entity can't defend this tier 2.
Yep, and I also like the item choices. You just talked about the Necros, but yeah, Necro being here like one of the best items you can just get, because I mean, you have the Weaver who's invisible, you have the Sandstorm, which we just see right in the mid, which might even lead to a death here if he's not careful and the rotation comes, but yeah, you pretty much like, yeah, counter those two invisibilities with that Necro alone, plus the fact that like they have so many sentries all game long. But actually, I'm talking about it, but it's not really happening. There's no vision whatsoever now on anyone. Okay, I'm totally wrong. Like at the start of the game, they had like, there were at least a double stack sentries on the Wraith King because they were hunting the Vivo all the time. The Shadow Demon had it as well, but now Power Rangers completely gave up on the idea of carrying a gem or sentries. They rely on the Necro. This is kind of weird, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like they're so far ahead. A gem certainly would be nice. I guess if they really want to try to, you know, get the most bang for their buck, they will just use that Necro Minion 3 to try to sniff out any extra wards across the map. And I mean, just looking at the items from Power Rangers, their Emperor Spirit's well on his way towards getting that Daedalus. So for extra crit in addition to the Battle Fury, Invoker should have his Sheepstick relatively soon. Already has the Necro 3, which is obviously amazing. And Mirana, with the Mjolnir, looking pretty darn farmed as well. Lots of plus stats thanks to the drums and Ring of Aquila from earlier on in the match. And on its Entity's end, really, if you look at their items, it's just defensive items from their carries, BKBs for the Dragonite and Weaver. I mean, they do have the Blink Daggers for Sand King and Puck, but
MVC
I mean...
top.
There we go. Top lane. Okay, BKB enabled.
Yep, BKB, and we don't even need to talk about it anymore. But it's still 1 second down of BKB. End of story.
Yeah. I don't know if that 1 second will really help out Entity much regardless, but yeah, I mean, I guess a very small win there. Trading some mana for an extra stun off, extra second off the BKB, but I mean, item-wise, it's just Entity, it's defensive, it's the blinks, and that's pretty much it. Visage actually has a Gem of True Sight on him, though, and I mean, he's got the mech, which he should have by this point. So just doing a little bit of a de-warding, I suppose. And
but
I guess that'll be nice.
Is that he actually went for the urn instead of the medallion, because the medallion would be still nice, because you have the minus armor from the swarm by the Weaver. Like, he is working towards what I guess is gonna be a Desolator, because the BKB is already done. He has another Mithril Hammer in his stash, so it has to be a Desolator. So that would be 3 sources of minus armor that would help to chew through all those heroes. I mean, you could negate Power Rangers armor at the moment completely. Like, nobody has more than 9 armor, if I see it. No, actually,
yeah,
Wraith King is the one with the plate mail, etc. He has the most armor, so they couldn't fully negate J4's armor, but like everything else would stand there in a fight with 0 armor. But now, engagement in the mid.
Oh, yeah, middle lane, they get the stun on Weaver, but he's just going the time lapse back. He's a-okay.
Yeah,
Wraith King
just
just
mana for
throwing
mana.
out stuns, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying to make something happen. There are a few more heroes from Power Rangers heading towards that middle lane. And Entity, they have basically everybody very close by. Weaver getting a bit aggressive. This may not be the best of idea. There's a stun. It's going to connect. Arrow follow-up as well. The Sunstrike, and they get him.
Yep,
Weaver
they
will
have to
indeed
go
fall.
back, but now... Ooh.
Oh man, Demonic Purge, but there's a nice stun from Puck. Dream Coil follow-up. And, I mean, these heroes, they have the BKBs. They're tanky. I don't think they can be taken out. Now the rest of Power Rangers joining into the fray. They're going to lose the Puck. He's buying back, but everybody's so low. They're dying left and right. Visage is dead. Sand King's dead. Dragonite looks to be next. An arrow will connect, and that's the end of him. GG is called.
Yep.
An Entity, that was before the racks, but they knew this game was basically over. Another kill on Psycho as the Dire Ancient does fall.
Yeah, I mean, just as expected, Power Rangers absolutely in control of the game, but still, like, heads up to the Macedonian guys, for all the fans out there in the channel. Like, they played well, they held on to the game pretty long. I was just looking at the clock here. It's 31 minutes, and, well, not bad for a team that, like, really is pretty much the first time against such a team like Power Rangers. Anyway, guys, this was a broadcast by HeflaTV. I'm HeflaMoke myself, and with me today was Whiplash. If you like what you see, then follow us on Twitch, of course, as well as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all the other social shizzle out there. We will cast another game of Gigabyte at 20:30, but in the meantime, I'm gonna have the stream offline, I think, because it's too much wait time. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and then see ya later. You're gonna see it on JD and Gozo Gamers when we are coming online. So thank you, and see ya.